So Nefesta removed the radar from the Pokemon Go game. And I don't know a whole lot from it, but one bit of speculation I'm actually kind of inclined to believe is that they removed it because it was causing server issues, which kind of makes sense. I mean, the feature was kind of broken anyway. If they really just wanted to leave it as there being no radar in the game, and that was their only motivation, they would have just left it alone and not waste development time removing it. But, instead they made it a point to remove it, which implies there actually was some issue it was causing in its broken state. And I imagine that they're going to implement it back in when they actually fix it. Now, keep in mind, it's all speculation. Those of you who prefer to assume a company's evil rather than try to give them the benefit of that doubt, go ahead. You can do that too, because, it's all speculation. My opinion's pretty much just as useful as your opinion on this matter. But I prefer to give them the benefit of the doubt until they do something that is unquestionably, for greed. If they don't fix the radar before providing companies with the means to put Pokénest in their business or something. If they do something like that, then all bets are off. I'm going to call them out for being gritty shits at that point. But in the meantime, another thing too is people are upset that it's been taken down they took down the official, or they changed taken down and did cease and desist and what have you. But my only issue is that they put up the cease and desist and removed the radar at around the same time. Now, if they fixed the radar and then did the cease and desist, I'd be okay with that, because then I was like, okay, they let people have their fun with hacking in their system long enough to fix a problem with the game that's present, and then once they actually fix it themselves, then, whatever. But who knows? Sometimes companies are just stupid and nearsighted, and they're like, oh, people are cheating, getting the Pokemon right, quick, do something, rather than actually stopping and thinking about the long-term repercussions of their actions, which is what I really believe happened here. And plus, also, there's multiple companies involved. There's Nefesta, the company actually responsible for making the game. There's a Pokemon company, which, while owned by Nintendo, isn't, and Nintendo does have, is kind of over. That doesn't mean Nintendo watches every single little thing that they do and commands them like a little puppet. They are an independent company that is capable of making their own decisions, and Nintendo just kind of funds them. But then on top of that, Nintendo is pretty much just kind of a money relationship. It's like, here, we'll give you money, you give us money, kind of a thing going on. And there's not really much more than that from Nintendo themselves, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really ready to jump on the Nefesta's. Well, yeah, ready. I'm not at this moment in time. Nothing's convinced me to join the Nefesta is greedy, and they're just trying to take advantage of customers and not make a good game bandwagon quite yet. But, whatever actions they take in response to removing the radar, though, will paint a very specific image. If they really did just remove it for now and they're going to put it back up when they have it fixed, great. But if they start doing a lot of things to make up for it that require you to give them money, or earn them money directly. If they put something in the game that directly benefits from you not being able to find Pokemon, then yeah, they were being greedy the whole damn time. But here's the thing, though: not being able to find Pokemon, in theory, would hurt their profits, because the less Pokemon you find, the less Pokeballs you throw, the less Pokeballs you buy from the shop, as well as the less Pokemon storage you'll need, so you won't be spending money on that. Plus, rather than opting to buy additional item space, you'll just throw out your Pokeballs because you're not using them enough. So, at least, but removing the radar does hurt them entirely in every possible short-term sense. And plus, it also makes the game less fun, so it means people are more likely to lose interest. So, in every short-term sense, it doesn't benefit them. So, unless they make a secondary action that benefits them long-term and hurts the customer, and then is clearly meant to take advantage of people, they're not really greedy quite yet. So, once again, it all depends on what actions they do from here on out. Because one, this decision by itself, like without seeing how they follow up on this action, you can't really paint a particular image of, oh, they're doing this to improve the game versus they're doing this to, squeeze money out of you. Like, it just depends on how they follow up. So I thank you for sitting through me for this. Please like, comment, subscribe. Maybe I'll do these a bit more often. I'm kind of temporary on, I'll try to stream tomorrow, but it all depends on whether or not I can keep somewhat of a charge on my phone, because I recently dropped it and kind of damaged it a bit more. Now the phone clearly functions a bit, but I definitely want to buy a replacement soon. There is a literal physical hole in my phone, and right now the inner components all still work, including the screen, which the actual screen itself is perfectly intact. It's just the protective glass over it that's cracked. But a little bit of the circuitry is exposed, so if it gets wet at all, my phone's toast. So I will be putting in the order for a replacement phone as soon as possible. And yeah, in the meantime, I'm probably just going to put a piece of Scotch tape on over it just as a temporary, like, prolonging the inevitable kind of fixing it. But yeah, so anyway, so I'll definitely not be streaming frequently until I get it back, but I might still try to do like short occasional streams just to not leave you guys hanging. In the meantime, though, I'll have more videos coming out, so please stay tuned. And if you have any thoughts, if you have any of your own personal thoughts on the comments, and I don't care if you think Nevesta is an evil, greedy company, or Nintendo or whatever, or that you think, whatever you think, just comment and share your opinions, because no opinion. The only misguidedness is to not have these conversations. In order for us to get to the best possible conclusion, we need the people that automatically assume companies are evil based on every little thing they do wrong, as well as the people that give them the benefit of the doubt, regardless of what they do wrong, to then kind of reach the equilibrium, which is probably the correct answer. Whereas, like, yes, they're greedy because they need to pay the bills, but, and they might get a little greedy and try to squeeze a little bit more out of us, but at the same time, too, that doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't a big chunk of employees that want to make a good game out of it. Because remember, companies made out of tons of people, so there's going to be greedy people in the company, and there's going to be people trying to make a genuine product in the company. It's just the nature of things. You'll have both people in there. So yeah, I guess see you guys later. This is Left for Cake, signing out.